Ever wonder why the guy who gave her everything got ghosted, while the one who barely lifted a finger has her obsessed? It's not about effort. It's about how you make her feel about herself in your presence. The truth is, she doesn't crave the man who puts her on a pedestal. She craves the one she can't quite figure out. The one who doesn't flinch, doesn't chase, doesn't beg. Because women don't fall for what's easy. They fall for what haunts them, what stirs them, what challenges their sense of control. And when you understand why less effort creates more desire, you won't have to chase her. You'll become the story she tells herself at night. So if you're tired of doing everything and getting nothing, watch this until the end. Like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs to wake up. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You ever wonder why she disappeared on the one man who gave her his heart but keeps running after the one who barely blinks in her direction? Why she ghosted the guy who adored her, worshipped her, made her feel like a queen, yet keeps chasing the one who didn't even try? It's not because she doesn't appreciate kindness. It's not because she wants to be hurt. It's because attraction isn't about what you give. It's about what you make her feel. Not just any feeling, but a specific kind. A sharp, deep, aching, unsatisfied kind. The kind that keeps her up at night. The kind that confuses her. The kind that lives in her chest long after you've gone quiet. She doesn't fall for the man who gives her everything on a silver plate. She falls for the one who doesn't do three things, three exact things that trigger something deeper than logic, something older than reason, something that grabs her in her stomach and sends it down her spine. Something psychological, something primal, something that makes her question everything and still want more. And once you understand these three truths, you won't need to prove anything to her. You won't have to beg for her affection. You won't have to show her how different you are from the others. You'll become the one she can't get out of her head, the one she thinks about when her phone is silent, the one she replays in her mind like a riddle she can't solve, the one she aches for without even understanding why. First, the more he ignores her, the wetter she gets. That truth stings. Most men don't want to hear it. Most men want to believe that kindness wins, that consistency matters, that being the one who's always there will win her heart. But the truth is brutal. The more available you are, the less she feels. The more you try, the less she wants. The harder you chase, the drier she becomes. It's not fair, it's not kind, but it's real, because the man who doesn't chase, who doesn't flinch, who doesn't fold under her silence, that's the one her body remembers, not the sweet one, not the helpful one, but the one who stayed calm when she tried to shake him, the one who didn't flood her phone when she went cold, the one who held his ground when she threw heat at him just to see what he'd do. That man, he lives in her head like a spark she can't kill. We're not talking about vanishing, we're not talking about ghosting, we're talking about presence without pursuit. He's there, but untouchable. He's available, but not for her whims. He's quiet, but watching. He's close, but not close enough to grasp. And that space between presence and pursuit is where her obsession starts to grow. Why? Because every other man is offering. Every other man is typing out long paragraphs. Every other man is asking her how she feels, what she wants, where she's going. But this one, the one who doesn't take the bait, he's different. He doesn't bite. He doesn't play. He doesn't chase. And suddenly, he becomes the story. The one she talks about with her friends. The one she rewinds in her mind late at night. The one she thinks about in the shower, confused and turned on by the silence he left behind. She doesn't crave flowers. She craves the tension, the mystery, the confusion. She craves the pause before the kiss, the moment before the touch, the space between wanting and getting, and the man who ignores her bait with a calm heart. he's the one feeding her fantasy. Because when he ignores, he's not being cruel, he's being disciplined, he's not hurting her, he's testing her, and that test is the very thing that turns her on. The one who looks at her and then looks away, that's the man she wants. Not the one who gives her his world without asking her to earn it. When you ignore her mood swings, when you don't react to her games, when you stay grounded in your silence, you become the storm. You become the question she can't answer. You become the man her body betrays her for, and yes, she'll act like it doesn't bother her. She'll pretend you don't matter. She'll flirt with others, post thirst traps, laugh a little louder when you're nearby. But it's all performance. It's all theater, because the real emotion isn't in the show. It's in the silence you hold, the silence that makes her wonder why you're not clapping. She's used to being adored, used to being chased, used to being the sun. But when you treat her like a shadow, like a passing breeze, like something that must be earned, that's when desire takes root. That's when she begins to soften, to melt, to shift her tone, to reach, because you didn't flinch, you didn't fold, you didn't run, you became the puzzle, you became the outlier, you became the man who doesn't need her, but lets her want you. That right there, that is the most seductive thing a woman can feel. Second, he keeps her guessing, so she keeps coming. He's not predictable, he's not a pattern, he's not a script. He doesn't tell her what she wants to hear. He doesn't fill every silence. He doesn't lay all his feelings bare, and that drives her wild. He's not mysterious because he's hiding. He's mysterious because he doesn't need to explain. He doesn't need to be understood to feel whole. And in a world full of men who overshare, overtalk, overtext, he stands still like a stone in a river. He lets the current come to him. He doesn't rush to be known. That confusion she feels when he doesn't reply right away. That ache in her chest when he smiles but doesn't touch. That twist in her stomach when he leaves her hanging. That's not cruelty. That's tension, and tension is the drug. Tension is what she chases. Because women don't fall for clarity, they fall for curiosity. She doesn't remember the man who told her everything. She remembers the one who made her wonder, what's he thinking? Why didn't he call? Did I mess it up? Is he into someone else? When those questions start echoing in her head, you've already won. You're already inside, and once you're in her head, her body follows. It's not about being unclear for the sake of ego. It's about holding your truth like a flame, letting it flicker without handing it over, letting her feel the heat without touching it. And that kind of man, he becomes the story, the fantasy, the one she can't stop analyzing. She'll read his texts over and over. She'll replay every word. She'll twist every silence into meaning, not because he's manipulating her, but because he gave her no closure, just curiosity. And curiosity is the most intoxicating thing you can feed a woman. Most men dump their feelings on the table like a child begging to be seen. But the man who stays quiet, the man who lets her earn each layer, he becomes sacred, rare, valuable. She chases because she doesn't understand him. She dresses differently for him. She adjusts her tone. She thinks before she speaks. She works to match his silence with meaning, because now she's invested. Now she wants to win. Now she needs to know what he's thinking. And in that need, desire grows. It's not a game, it's control of your own energy, of your own heart. It's not fake, it's real power, the power to hold back, the power to let her reach first, the power to let her curiosity burn until she comes crawling. And finally, he doesn't beg for her time, she texts. He doesn't jump, she calls. He doesn't run, she asks, and he replies when it works for him. not with arrogance, with peace, with calm, because his time is valuable. Because his life doesn't revolve around her. He doesn't drop everything. He doesn't reschedule his priorities to fit her whims. He fits her in when he chooses, and that choice, that space, that discipline. It's irresistible because she doesn't want to be his everything. She wants to earn her place. When he replies, "Busy till 8. Let's meet after," her heart skips, not because of the plan, but because he didn't beg, because he didn't apologize, because he didn't treat her like a god. He treated her like a guest, a valued one, but still a guest. That subtle message, "My life is full, you're invited, not needed," it stings. And that sting is desire. She starts thinking, who is he seeing? What's he doing? Why doesn't he need me like others do? And that question becomes obsession, because now she has to earn the moment, and when she finally does, when he finally clears the space, it feels like gold. Time is life, and a man who guards his time is a man she can't ignore. A man who treats his calendar like a kingdom is a man she wants to be queen beside. She remembers the wait, the anticipation, the butterflies, and those memories become fire in her chest, not because he made her wait, but because he made her feel, because he made her imagine, and imagination is what builds obsession. So the next time she asks what you're doing tonight, don't rush to reply, don't hand over your evening, pause, breathe, answer when you've considered your world first, because the man who doesn't beg for her time is the man she wants in hers. Not because he chased, but because he didn't. And if you've ever chased a woman and got burned, say never again. If you've ever held back, stayed still, and she came closer, say it worked. Because now you know. The man who does less, he doesn't get less, he gets everything, because he gives nothing away until it's earned. And that, my friend, that's the energy she never forgets. If you made it this far, you already feel it, that quiet shift in your chest. That knowing that maybe it wasn't you who lacked, but her who never earned you in the first place. You don't need to do more. You just need to stop giving yourself away so easily, because the man who stands still while she's spinning, that's the man she can't forget. Let the others chase. Let them flood her phone, explain themselves, beg to be seen. You'll be the silence she feels in her bones, the pause that keeps her wondering, the calm that makes her crave. And when she finally realizes you're not like the rest, it'll be too late. So remember who you are. Stand your ground. Let her come to you. If this hit deeper than you expected, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And share this with a man who needs to feel this truth. Until next time, stay still, stay solid, stay unforgettable.